Well, hello. Welcome back. I am excited. Actually, I'm Paul, but I'm excited to be at this place that I'm at today. The toughest thing about living in the southeast Kansas area where the public mine land wildlife area is deciding what pit to fish, especially when it's the weekend and, you know, a lot of other people are out. So, man, I was battling with it. I just kept having this feeling, I need to go to the lily pad pit again. And that's where I am. And nobody's here. But this is the lily pad pit. The wind is from the west. Let's see if the fishing is best. All right, so step on, step around, have a seat, take a paddle, and push off. Last time I was out here, I think the boat ramp came out far enough you could launch a boat without it where it drops off. Oh, maybe not. No. Do not try launching a boat here on a trailer because it's only about 2 feet deep before it falls right off the edge there. So, just so you know, I'm going to start with a buzzbait. It's let's see, I don't have my watch with me. Oh, and what time is it? I got a late start today. It's 1:57. It's March 16th. And it may be a little young, a little early to use a buzzbait, but it's been a really mild winter, so the water's not really anywhere near as cold as it probably would be. And this pit has a pretty good expanse of shallow water back in the back the way I'm going. So I'm thinking that maybe there's some hungry bass around. They may be willing to smash this thing. And that'll be fine with me because I love throwing a buzzbait. Top water is the best. Especially when you got all these lily pads. It's kind of real easy to get hung up using any other kind of lure, even weedless worms and stuff like that. You're fighting a battle. This gets back in those areas. This is just such a great pit. It's got deep water in it. It's got shallow water. Not a lot of structure on all over the place. But there's enough trees in the water to, you know, provide that kind of cover if that's what you like to fish. But there's these wonderful lily pads that make it so much fun. Guess what? First buzz baby of the year. Yeah, man. Pretty fish. Right back in there. Just coming over, cast back to that big tree and brought it in between those. That was the second cast doing that. And he hit it. Buzzbait. Yeah, baby. Heck yeah. Sometimes they don't want it on that first pass. They want it on the second or third. Oh yeah. Oh, came off. Doggone it. with the exception of him coming off. That's exactly what I was hoping would happen on that cast. See, I was the first cast in there too, so, you know, sometimes they don't need a second invitation. But see, that was right up against the shore. So that's why I kind of just toss it, you know, just work my way down the bank, because you never know. Looking at shoreline can be deceiving. You think, yeah, there's nothing there that really is going to be holding fish, but unless you can see underwater to the structure that is not visible from my perspective, like a drop off, a channel or a log underwater, anything that might hold fish. That's why it's cool just to go ahead and just cruise down the bank and toss in a bait. Also, it helps you really kind of establish a pattern, possibly, because you see where you're catching the majority of your fish or having the majority of your hits. It's right always around timber, or is it just up against the bank? That kind of stuff. But I do love this pit. So glad that nobody decided to come out here on a beautiful Saturday. Normally, if I see somebody at a pit, I'll just go ahead and move on to one where nobody is, because there's so many pits, and there's a lot of opportunities for that. Finding a pit that doesn't have anybody there, that is. I don't like to intrude. Anyway, here we go. Yeah, probably helps open the veil. All right, getting closer to the back end of this pit where it's nice and shallow, about 3 to 4 feet, and a large portion of it, lily pads abound. See, back in here. Now, west wind is blowing, man. Turn my trolling motor off. It's going the same way I'm going. What? What are you doing? Okay. This may be a mistake, but I'm going to go ahead and not fish back in there. I just, because, you know, that's that, the clock in my head's going. Got a lot of nice bank up yonder to fish. So I'm going to navigate through these here lily pads. A little closer to this bank over here. As you can tell, it's really not that deep right here. It's only probably about 2.5 feet deep. And that's like this whole area back in here is about the same. But man, you talk about ambush points for bass. Just hanging out in here, waiting for something to swim by they can hop out on. It's a great, great place. Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, baby. Oh, heck yeah. Yeah. I gotta get a picture of this guy. I like. Man, he was 6 solid too. Thanks, buddy. Didn't mean to trick you like this. I did. So we're out of the shallower spot. We just got out of the shallower end of this. I'm just going to work up this bank here. Might put it on 3. 2 seems to kind of almost be holding me still against this wind. interesting. The reason I came out is because today it showed that the wind is only supposed to be like 5 to 10 miles an hour tops out of the west. Well, they got out of the west correct, but I'd say it's a little bit more than 10 miles an hour. This is more like it. Thank you, wind, for dying down. So there's this other little arm that goes back. It's on the opposite side of where I just came up. Came up on the other side of that point, on the other side of this island. Then you can go around this way and back down into that arm. But I'm not going to do it, only because I want to have enough time to get back and start a little fire in the fire pit, grill up some salmon or smoke some salmon. And there's still a lot of this pit that I want to fish that is right up the way here, where there's trees in the water and stuff. Obviously, there's so many other things that I could be tossing, but I do love a buzzbait, and they do too. Man, you got a lot of fight in you there, buddy. A little guy, but you know, hey. I appreciate it. I do. It's 3 fish. All the way to the boat. So on this side, there's not nearly as many lily pads, but there's a lot more brush. So if you prefer fishing brush instead of lily pads, then this is the stretch of bank for you. Just a smattering of lily pads, a whole lot of brush. And that's the way it is all the way around the back end here. Okay, moving a little further back into the end of this part of the pit. This is so incredible, all the tree structure that's here. Somebody likes fishing trees, here's your spot. All right, so I've come from down that way all the way up this bank, around all this wonderful structure here. Got just this little arm around here to go. And then I'll be calling it quits. I gotta fish this entrance into that pretty good, make sure I don't spook away anything that I might have been able to catch. heck yeah. Oh, baby. Yeah, that's the one I'm looking for right there. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Look at that dude. Man. How freaking nice. Yeah, buddy. Smoked it. Nice chunk. Thanks, buddy. Again, in the shallows. All the bass that I've caught today have been in shallow water. Not a single hit where all those trees are. Because, of course, that's in the deeper water. But man, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Man, what a day. It's been 2.5 hours of fishing the lily pad pit. 4 bass on, another one off at the boat, or halfway back to the boat, all on the buzzbait. I love it. I love it. And it's March 18th, I think I said. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Mineland Wildlife Area is the place to be. Get out and enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. Until later. Bye.